Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I think it's good time to start. We have already waited for 5 minutes. So today we have a quick introduction about our speaker today. He's a young boy, Mr. Aman Sharma. You can see on the page, he's a trainer and quality specialist. I would ask, I request everyone to go on mute, please. Yeah, sorry. I was talking about Aman. A quick introduction about him. He has started his career as an executive operations in Blue Dart Express Limited, and he worked there for almost 4.5 years. And later, he switched his career towards learning and development, and he got selected in Udan, a company in Kolkata, and there he is working as a trainer and a quality specialist. So that's a brief journey, but then Aman, I'm very sure, has come up with one of the very important topic for all the trainers because it is talking about empathy, cultivating empathy, and that too for our audience because we all are dealing with multiple audience from various sectors, and this is one of the very important things that we should empathize with the audience with whom we are dealing with or we are going to deal with in future. So I'm sure that Aman will add value to it, and we as in trainers are doing something already and getting some values from the Aman. So I invite Aman to take over the stage and initiate the session. And if I have missed anything, Aman, you can add to it and start the session.
Sure, Swati ma'am. First of all, hi to everyone. And before starting this session, I would quickly like to thank some major important people for because of whom I today I'm sitting over here in front of you all, and I'm able to have got an opportunity to to take a session of 1.5 hours on a very important topic, as Dr. Swati just said, which is empathy. So before that, I want to thank Mr. Manas Jyoti Mitra, who has introduced me into this forum of Trainers Club, and because of him, I got introduced to this club, and for that, I got this chance to to speak to Mr. Swati and to ask her to to let me conduct this session for today. So yeah, so as Swati ma'am said, my introduction was that till that only that I have worked for 4.5 years in the company known as Blue Dart DHL. And apart from that, I shifted my career from the operations background to the learning and development department. So the journey has only been for 6 months, but during the 6 months, I have faced a lot of things for like managerial wise, or you can say that experience wise. So I'll be trying to narratifying all those things in today's session. But I would like to conclude that today's session won't be only one-sided, because as Dr. Swati just said that this is a very important topic for all the trainers and for all of us, in fact those who are not also trainers, but as a human being, to inculcate one small thing which we call as empathy, and or you can say courtesy, or you can say like honesty or ownership, right? So I want all of you to just bring your insights to this table, so that you can it can also be a sort of learning session for me, because I am also new to this organization and new to this training world. So looking forward to that thing. So I hope that you all will like this session very much. So let's get started. So ma'am, can I please present my video?
Yes, you can. I have already stopped sharing my screen. You can
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. I'll just do that. All right. So as the topic says that cultivating empathy, so I think that we are done with it and we are done with the introduction. So let us just quickly drop it down to one single thing. So okay, before starting the session, I would like to have a few ground rules. So first of all, find a quiet place to sit and turn your cameras on if you can. Otherwise, it's all fine with us. But you just need to be a bit more interactive with us. Okay. Number two is that keep your phone in silent mode. I'm sure that we all know that you don't want to get disturbed in between. Number three is that, share your stories or insight with us, because the topics which we are going to cover today, it won't be only that, it is not going to be only one side. I mean, if interaction would be there from all the parties, then, we'll have a blast in the session. And lastly, that, enjoy the session, and learning has no limits. So before that, I want to say that I know that I'm not that experienced from my professional background, but I hope that the experiences which I have faced or which I have dealt with, I can surely put that thing on the table, and I hope that, we all can have something to take away from that. Okay. So before jumping into the session and looking and getting a hang of, like, that what empathy is and what is compassion, I would just like to narrate one small things, and just small bits, and I would take only 5 to 10 minutes, and later and from that and after that we can carry on with few of the activities with all the with all the participants who have joined. But just before that, I want to take 10 minutes of time and just want to conclude something which is very important for all of us who are working somewhere, be it in a private organization or be somewhere in a public organization, or public sector or private sector. So there are some things which is very important for all of us to understand and just to rethink. Okay, so let us just start with it. That I want to start this session by saying that I believe that in this world there are two kind of players, right? There are two kind of players. So number one, the players are what we call as infinite players, infinitive players, who has no infinite players, right? And the second one are the finite players. Okay. So now the question may come that who are they? Who are the finite players and who are the infinite players, right? So I would start with the finite players. So finite means that they have some rules. Finite games have some rules. Now let us, for example, take football or cricket. So cricket, football, any sporting activities for that matter, we all have some rules. Like if you say in a game of football, we have only 90 minutes to choose that which side is going to win and which side is going to lose. Now, after 90 minutes or the extra time, what we say, can any team come and say that we are only behind that team from one goal? Can we get only 5 minutes so that we can try and achieve one more goal so that we can at least level the scores? No, we cannot get that time, because we have only there are some rules, there are some strict rules, as in the game of cricket, football, that there are one loser and there is one winner. Okay, so that is what we call as the finite game or the finite players. But again, what we say as the infinite game, and we all who are sitting over here, our mom and dad, our everyone, those who are not related to a certain sports activities, we are all in the game of infinite game, or we are all in the game, we all are the players of the infinitive game. Now what we say as, what we call as an infinitive game, it is life. Life is an infinitive game because there are no winners, there are no losers. There are only players who are playing a game of self-development. Right? Because whenever we are going to a particular job, be it any kind of a job, an operations related, sales related, marketing or training, it doesn't matter. But we are going only to do a job. But what we are doing apart from doing that job, we are doing nothing. So some of you say that, some of you might say that, okay, we attend so much kind of a developmental kind of a, sessions to groom ourselves. Some might say that I go out with my friends to, to do traveling and to explore life. But there are some portion of people who say that I do nothing. I just come home from my office and I just put on my TV or some Netflix channel and I just watch movies, right? So it is a learning from for all of us that, we have to be on our toes in this infinitive, game of war, what we can say, that there are no winners, there are no losers. So how can we understand more? So when we say that we are working for an organization, so organization comprises of only one thing, for whom we to whom we look up to and for whom we work. Those are called leaders, right? So you can call it leaders, you can call it managers, you can call it mentors, you can call it anyone. But I would like to especially focus on the word leaders, right? So who are leaders? So anyone who is joined today, anyone can come up, can unmute themselves and can just, tell me one or two things specifically that, what is leader or how he thinks that a leader should be, or what are leadership, what is a leadership. So anyone can come to this forum, unmute themselves and just, says a few lines about this thing. Anyone?
Who motivates to do something?
Correct. Right. Thank you.
Leaders make leaders.
Sorry? I didn't hear you.
Leaders make leaders.
Correct. Leaders make leaders. Wonderful. Okay.
We can say
So,
leaders
okay.
have to lead by example.
Lead by example. On point, ma'am. On point. So yes, we all can say that, whenever we hear the word of leaders or leadership, only one thing that comes into our head, that that a leader should always motivate. He should always motivate. He should always inspire, and he should always be the one who should be leading with example, by example. All right. So now there are 1 to 2 attributes which I like to add over here regarding this, that what most of us understand, that a leadership or a leader is the one who's accountable, or who is in charge. A leader thinks that he is in charge, but it is a very wrong denotion, saying that if a leader thinks that he is in charge, it is a completely wrong statement. So who is a leader? A leader is someone who is responsible for the people who is in charge, right? So a leader is a manager. He has some set of people who are working for him. And so he is not responsible for the numbers and the figures and all the, all the sales figure and all. So he is not accountable for that. Yes, at the end of the day, in the review meeting, he is responsible, but on a daily task, he is not responsible. He is responsible for whom? For the people who is working under him, who is in charge of the entire operations that is taking place, right? So leadership, when we say leadership, so I believe that leadership is nothing but a skill. Now when we say that, speaking English, or learning any sports activity, so I believe that leadership is also a skill, and it should be practiced. So leadership is not something like it comes overnight. So I think that if you're not practicing, and if anyone is not practicing the skills of becoming a good leader, he can't be a good leader. Because why? I'm telling you. So we can look at it in this way, that we have a set of muscles, right? We have our body, we have muscles. But if we don't exercise, right, and if we don't pull up or push up, or pick up some dumbbells and all, so can we expect that our muscle reflexes can be so prominent and so dominant like an athlete? No, we can't. So we should, we can only have a body which is very pale, or we are fat, or we are extremely thin. We are not looking after at our body. Why? Because we are not doing exercises. But so exactly we can say as a leader that one who is a leader, so he should always practice it day and night to become a good leader. So who is a good leader? I have a very good story to narrate over here. And after that, we can straight jump into the over the presentation, and we can go forward to the activities which are there, which are planned. So a short story about this, that last year I went to Mumbai, right? So I went to this hotel named called as Waterstones. So it was a wonderful hotel. It was wonderful 4-star hotel with all the great amenities. Okay. So you guys can say that, okay, you are calling it a good hotel because it has fancy beds, it has fancy restrooms, it has fancy designing, interior designing. But I would say no. Any XYZ hotel can go to any market and to the shops and can buy any fancy beds for their customers. But what I experienced over there, that when like every time I was passing through anyone in that hotel, so the staffs were pretty amazing. Like they were welcoming, they were greeting towards me, they were greeting me at any point of time. Okay. And you could feel, now there is something, what we say, that people might say that, you can go to any other hotel and people would say that, good afternoon, sir, good morning, sir. So this was not only restricted to that, it was something that they actually showing that they actually care for you. So I got a bit more curious. So I thought that okay, let us explore more. So what I did, so that afternoon I went to the lobby and I saw one coffee shop over there. So it was a local coffee shop of that own hotel. So I sat over there, and a barista named as Josh, he came to me and he asked for what I would like to have. So I ordered a cup of coffee, and he just sat there. And that guy was amazing. He was so friendly. He was so interactive. He was so engaging. He was engaging me through his words, and I became a little more suspicious and a bit inquisitive about knowing that what is making him so much happy and so much enthusiastic. So I asked him that, do you like your job? So in return he told me, I love my job. Now I got a bit more curious that what is there, and why do you love your job so much? Because I can surely make out that it is not from the monetary side, right? Because I can make it out that you are not happy working over here just because you are getting some money. So what is the reason behind it? So he told me that while I'm in my shift over here, my managers, he roams around to this lobby twice or thrice in a day, and he just comes and asks me that, how are you doing? How are you how are you this day, in this morning or in this afternoon? So what extra can we provide to you so that you can do your job well? So that feels so that is giving me some motivation, and that is inspiring me to to do my work, to go beyond the limits, to not only just to serve coffee to my customers, but to build an extra kind of relationship, to just show my gratitude that how much happy I am with my work. So, and I asked him that so is it something related to, other than that, is it something related to monetary issues? So he was saying that no. Adding to this, earlier he used to work for more renowned hotel, which was a five-star hotel. What he told me, that he used to work for a five-star hotel, but he was getting paid like two times more in that hotel, but he was not happy working there. Why? Because his manager was only accountable for, he was only digging into the things that what he's doing right and what he's doing wrong. So there was only one line in between. So on the right hand side was the things which he did right, and on the other things, the thing which he did wrong, and that's all. So he said to me that it doesn't happens with us. Like if we are devoting our time, 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 hours a day to a single place and to serving our customers, and if our managers won't ask me that how am I feeling today, or if I'm being in front of my customers, so if I'm looking sick, so if I come to my manager and say that I need one day leave, and if he doesn't provides me that, so who will what will I do by taking so much of money into my bank account, and because if I'm not happy? So that made me realize that whatever we do in our life, whatever money that we what we draw from any other, working from any other company, at any other company, but happiness and feeling gratitude towards your job and everything, and feeling motivated and inspired by your manager or by your company or by anything for that matter, is way more important than earning some kind of money. So that was a small insight from my side. Now let us just jump into the presentation, and there is one small activity which is there in front of you. You can see also there is one eye. So I want only one person or 2%, 3%, anyone who can come to unmute themselves, and I wanted to just do this small activity which is there on your screen, which is this, that you just have to look at me, just look at me for 1 minute, all right, and tell me that what do you see. It can be anything. My screen is visible, I am visible, I am wearing a headphone or anything. So you just need to look at me, anyone or everyone who is who is in this session can look at me for 1 minute, and after 1 minute I'll be asking you guys that what have you observed, and what are the things that you have observed, and what are the things that you need to tell me. So your time starts now. You can have a look at me.
And can we have a volunteers? We can ask them to raise the hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. We can have that.
So whoever wants to look at Aman for 1 minute, please raise your hand so that we have a volunteer who will do this activity. Okay, Manash has raised the hand. Other than Manash, who wants to participate, please raise, or you can unmute.
I'm not able to see Aman.
So you have to click on a gallery view or you are doing this, Mr.
Done,
Vasudev?
done. Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Vasudev and Manas is there. Who else wants to do? Can we have one more? Okay, Akash is going to do. So we have three, Akash, Manas and Mr. Vasudev. So you can start, the activity. You have to just look at him and identify.
सूप में भी पानी और खाने में भी पानी
Brought into a speaker view so that we can enlargely see him. Enter full screen.
Is that okay?
No.
You can even do it from your side. Spot his video.
Hmm.
So I'm starting a stopwatch to make it 1 minute activity.
Yes,
So
yes, sure.
it started now. Volunteers can start.
Yes, I will start. अमन साहब डिलीवरी तो दे रहे हैं लेकिन सीरियस बहुत हैं, पता नहीं क्यों.
सर अब नहीं होंगे ना.
Exactly same point. He's looking nervous.
ये दूसरी बात है क्या है कि थोड़ा उनका ये जो आई कांटेक्ट करना तो चाह रहे हैं सबके साथ, but unfortunately is unable, maybe because of some of the other technical reasons or whatever.
Yes.
पसीना छूट रहा है क्या अमन साहब, क्या बात है?
पंखा सर पीछे है और मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ.
या इसीलिए पसीना छूट रहा है. करेक्ट. तीन चीज, आई विल से 5 थिंग्स. और आपका जो बैकएंड है थोड़ा वो रिफ्लेक्शन ज्यादा आ रहा है, मतलब ये चौथी चीज देख रहा हूं मैं. हाँ, राइट हैंड साइड में आपके विंडो से रिफ्लेक्शन आ रहा है.
Is it good now?
आपके राइट से. हाँ, दिस इज बेटर, दिस इज मोर बेटर. और आप टॉपिक बहुत अच्छा लाए हैं, दैट इज अप्रिशिएटेड एंड विल बी लर्निंग अ लॉट. लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से आपने बहुत एफर्ट्स किया है बिफोर कमिंग ऑन द वर्चुअल इमेज. लग रहा है थोड़ी नींद भी आपकी अनडिस्टर्ब्ड है. दैट इज व्हाट आई फील. थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, thank you for your insights, sir. Okay, who's going to come next?
I'm writing the inputs in the chat box. You can check later.
Yeah.
We have Akash and Manas. Anyone can start.
Yeah, Swati ma'am. So I would like to go further with this. Manas here.
Sure. Start.
Aman, just a couple of pointers which I am observing currently, which I have observed is so you have a very beautiful pink color background. Of the walls are painted pink that I could see, and second thing that I could see is like you are you have a lot of pictures of portraits which are there on the wall, hanging on the wall. And my third observation is like what I've seen is like you're using your right hand probably a lot to wipe off your sweat or something, like you are like flaunting your hairs. That is what I can observe. So these are the 3 things probably which I have observed, so which I had to share. Thank you.
Okay, right. Thank you, Manas.
We have
And
Akash.
lastly, we have Akash.
Yeah, hi Aman, Akash this side. I have observed that there's some darkness in your room. It might be that from the reflection side from your background.
Okay.
And second point, that you are sweating a lot. Just because of nervousness, I guess.
No. It's because my fan is over there and I'm sitting over here. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Next.
Okay, no issue. And second, the third point is that, yeah, topic is good, but I think you are going very fast about explaining each and everything. What you're trying to explain, I think you are going very fast. But that's it.
Thank you for your insights. Thank you for insights. Okay. So, thank you everyone for your insights, but we have not only started with the presentation. So yeah, it is going to start from now, and we will see that, how we can pace it up. So so I only want the insights from all of you guys, because the topics which are going to come up right now, these would be only, facilitated by my side, and I want all of you guys to just think about the images that are that is going to pop up in your screen, and I want to just know that, what things can you make out from that. So this activity was just to, to get the information from the participant side, that if they are looking at me, so yes, like one is said that, I'm feeling nervous. The second one said that I'm sweating a lot. Third one said that I have a good background. The fourth one was like the room is very dark. So yes, I just wanted this was a small activity, an observational kind of an activity, like to just chalk out the things which you are just observing. It can be anything. It can be related to training. It can be related to the way I'm looking or my background is looking. So yes, it was just the observational thing. Now the second thing which is there on your screen, that I want some of you to just look at this image and just to tell me that, what is there in this image. I mean, what can you extract from this image? What is there? What is this? Who is he? What is he doing? What is the background all about? And then we can discuss about the topics that, what is there, what is actually this image is all about. So I want you all to just have a look at this image first, and just think that what is it all about. So, and anyone can come up for that matter and just, tell me that, what they understood by this image.
Lot of ideas are getting around him and he's getting confused.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your valuable insights.
We are
Anyone
writing on the
else?
chat box also. You can even open that. You able to find the chat box?
Chat box. Yeah. Okay. Soundproof room, loud sound, Ramya Road, like voice recording theater. Okay. Any other insights, guys? Anything else? No. Okay. Yeah. So we have two more things: acoustic hearing limited, and listening to your own talk. Yes. So Sonu Singh has written listening to your own talk. Okay.
It's kind of vibration, something like it's vibes on both the
Right.
sides.
Vibes or vibration. Okay. So we are going to just crack the walls to see that, what exactly it is. So it is nothing but, wait, where is my screen? Yeah. So it is nothing but an echo, right? That, the radiations and the reflections, what he's speaking. So the same thing is getting reverberated from the across the walls, and he is able to listen to it again. So I want any one of you, anyone for that matter, to just explain, or just to give your insights that what is echo and what is the importance of echo. Like, if not what is it the importance of echo, but what is an echo? What do we understand when we hear the term as echo? It is a very well known word, I believe, and we all are aware of what echo is. So as it is written in the year also. So anyone can read it out from me? Anyone for that matter?
You listen back your own sound.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So anyone can take the lead and can read the definition of echo which is written on the screen for me. Anyone?
Yeah, I'll go about it. Aman, Manas here. So I'm going to read it out. So echo is a sound or sounds caused by the reflection of sound waves from a surface back to the listener.
Correct. So yeah, we have something on the chat box also. Let's see. Here it. So what we all know the meaning of echo, that we have in our childhood, we have went to the hill stations and we have stood there and we have shouted our own name, or our mom's name, dad's name. We have. So what does the sound does? So whatever we are speaking, it is reaching to the mountains, it is hitting back and it is coming back to us. So whatever we are shouting, whatever name we are shouting, it is we are able to hear it back, right? So we can also say that, as the topic of this today's session is there, empathize with your audience. So we can also say that if we are able to make someone happy by our own actions or by our words, so the happiness will reflect back to us, right? So we can also say like this, that if we do good to others, the goodness shall come back to us. Or we all can say something like karma. We have all heard the word karma, right? So many of us believe in karma, many of us do not believe in karma, but karma is something which is there in the books, and the definition goes like this only, that what goes around comes around. So what you will give, you will get. So eco is something which is not related to human science or human behavior, but we can relate it to somewhere down. We can break this word of eco part by part, and I'm just going to show you how that we are going to break this eco part by part and make this science related to human psychology or human behavior. Okay, so what we call as eco approach. Okay, so eco approach is a way of communicating that draws on 4 helpful skills. So till now we have seen that what is eco. We have got the hang of what is eco. So eco basically we have learned in the science books, that what is eco, how does it reverberates and all reflection of sounds. But how can we relate that with the human behavior? Human behavior as in what we do, whatever we are speaking to someone else and how they're responding back to us. So how we can draw a line in between science and human, human approach. So it is nothing but this. So we have broken down eco into 4 parts, and we have recasted those words into something what we call as E for empathy, C for courtesy, H for honesty, and lastly O for ownership, right? Okay, so now we will see one by one that how does empathy, courtesy, honesty, and ownership, it will provide some good things in our life, and how we can able to how we are able to cope up with the human relations what we built in our day-to-day life, even with our friends or with our colleagues or with our trainers or teachers, anyone for that matter, right? Okay. Again, so there's a image in front of you. So can anyone have a, for that matter, everyone can look at this image, but I want someone to come out and just to explain me that what is there in this image and what they can derive out from this image.
Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on the right hand side of the figure, into which there's a cloud and the sun. Here I'm understanding that he is into a bit of anger, and he's not happy, or maybe directly unhappy. And the person on the left, who's just having a cloud with the rains, is asking him to cool down, and he's showing empathetic he's creating an empathetic situation. I'll give you an example. Supposedly this gentleman on the right side, he says, I am done. I'm not going to do like this. But this gentleman makes him sit. What is it? The posture it is being said is put the hands on the shoulder and is asking him to cool down and asking him to sit across. And he is ready to listen him what he wants to say. So this is a small, what do you call, narration of the picture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vasudev sir. Thank you for your insights. It was wonderful. Anyone else apart from Vasudev sir can come unmute themselves and just to explain this image to me? Anyone? Do we have anything on this chat screen?
I think
Okay.
these images are showing emotions which is going on inside. So like it may be other way around also, like, you know, someone is having a very little cloudy thought process maybe, and because of that, that emotion is coming out of that person, and the other person is also having the positive side, because the rising of a sun or sun is something which you know, also denotes that a positive side of a life. So maybe that way also we can think that a person can have a positive and negative both. And you know, sometimes maybe some other person will only give you a small, sometimes a small thought can, you know, show us a great direction. So maybe the other person who is just trying to counsel him or trying to help him understand. So little not very clear. This is just a thought coming in my mind.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Swati, for your beautiful insights. So yes, Vasudev sir and Dr. Swati ma'am both were correct. That as we can see in the image that, you know, there are two persons, and one in one's mind we can see, you know, anything what we call as, you know, a ray of hope, which is a sunlight which is there, and in the other person's mind there are thunderclouds, right? So when they are connecting to each other, when they are, you know, when one person is feeling the same thing that what the other person is feeling, he is able to share the same thoughts and the same emotions what he is feeling. So when we say that, you know, when we when we try to feel something about someone in a same manner what he's feeling, so what we call it as nothing but empathy, right? So as a definition goes, so anyone can read it out from me, anyone in the audience, anyone can read it out from me, what is it written, the definition of empathy? Anyone?
I'll read it. Come on. Empathy, the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from within their frame of reference. That the capacity to place oneself in another's position. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Vasudev sir. So yes, as the definition goes, so we have understood by far that looking at this image also, that empathy is nothing but what we experience like from the other person's perspective, right? Now, if my friend is very sad, so it is not feasible for me to go and ask him that, you know, why. So if I ask him that, you know, or tell him that, you know, you are sad, oh my God, you are so poor, you poor in a sense that, you know, you poor soul, you should not be sad, cheer up, life is very big. So you think that will I be able to inspire him to overcome from his sadness? No, the answer is straight away no. So I should be more you know, cooperative and a bit more supportive from my side in asking an open-ended question to him, as in, you know, what is making you sad, or why are you sad, what has made you this if you're feeling terrible, then what is the reason behind you feeling so much of terribleness? So you can share with me, I can, you know, give you some proper things, if not remedies, but I can at least listen to you. So sometimes it is not always about the replies that we give. So the people in front of us, if he is sad, if he you know, if he is down, if he is feeling very low or down, so it is not always right that, you know, if you are listening to them, so it is not always feasible that we are going and we are giving advice to them. No, sometimes what we need to do, we need to just sit over there and we just need to listen to him or them. So listening is also one of a skill which we should you know, which we all should look into it. But yes, empathy is like, you know, not only just listening to what they are saying, but to understand the situation, but to create a situation in our mind, and to just feel that how miserable and how terrible and how sad one can feel, so that we can also, if we should be able to be in a position that we should be able to give them the proper insights of the remedy of the healing purpose which is there. Okay, so the second thing which is there, that whenever we are talking to a friend or with our family or to our colleague, to say that that if they're feeling sad or something, so we should reduce the amount of when you talk to your friend, how many you questions do you ask compared to the number of the I statements that you make, right? So it can be applied, so you can get a hang of it, right? So the audience that we deal in our daily life, be it in a process related thing, or if we are giving a soft skill training or for anything. So if I feel, if I can see that someone is not up to the mark, and someone is not so much of responsive, and he is not participating in that kind of manner, so in between the session we can do nothing. But in the coaching session afterwards, what we can do is we can sit with them and we can ask them the number of questions, some number of questions related to them. So the number of questions, you kind of a question, so how are you doing, right? How you have been doing, how are you feeling today? If you are feeling sad, that what is making you sad, right? So that you can listen, you can keep yourself into their position, and you can give them the best possible solution. And not that I statements, why you were sad, I was giving the presentation over there and you were sitting in so rugged manner, I came so far from Calcutta to Bihar just to see this. No, if you do this, a lot of session, if we conduct 4 to 5 session in a day, but if we only focus on the I statements and not looking into the you questions, then I believe that the sessions won't be as much effective as it should be, right? So I want anyone, so we have all the profound trainers with us in this platform today, so I want to hear one experience, like me being a fan of training. So I want to hear from your experience, that did you felt something like this in your session whenever you went to do a session? So did you felt that anyone for that matter, that your audience is not up to the mark, or they are not listening to you, or they are being a bit abrupt? So did you practice empathy over there at any point of time? So I want to gain any insights. So anyone can, for that matter, can come and to express their thoughts about this. Anyone can share their story, so they are heartily welcome. We have something on the screen. Yeah.
I can share one story.
Yeah.
When I was doing a session, a girl around 30 age was not participating and looking here and there throughout the session. After the session, I called her, "Hey, what is the problem with her? You are not participating, you are not listening."
Right.
Then she said she had a marriage problem, and all the time her mind was involved with his marriage, not with the session. So that I told her, you could have opted out from this session and you could have attended the next session. But she said it was the order from the organization, so she attended it. That's all.
Okay, right. So yeah, thank you Ashok ji, for your valuable insights. So yeah, we have something on the chat screen as well. So let us look at it. Yeah. So Abacus Brain Academy Online has written that session should have we statements and not really you statements. I always use we and not you. We is more empathetic than you, right? Okay. And the next, Swati ma'am has written that I think he is talking about one-to-one. That's why you. Okay. Yeah. So that was the thing. Yeah. So yeah. So there is a difference that yes, we statements are always the things that we should always use. That as now, say for instance that how I am using the statements over here. So I am not using I, but I am using we, because we is a largely populated thing. We is covering everyone. But when I'm talking to someone in person, that how is he feeling? So I cannot use we. So at that point of time, we should use you. So he'll be more specific that okay, he's concerned about me, not everyone. Yeah. So whenever we are taking a session, we should always use we. But when we are coaching someone for that matter, when we are coaching one-to-one someone, so we should always focus on the you statements and or for the you questions. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think we are done with empathy, and so let us see that what else we have apart from E. So let us go to the C section in ECHO, which is the courtesy. Yeah. So this is the emblem of courtesy which I have derived. Yeah. So anyone can read it out for me. Anyone from the audience? Anyone can read out the definition of courtesy?
The showing of politeness in one's attitude and the behavior towards others.
Correct. So, sir, can you please, can you share some insight on this word of courtesy? We would be really, yeah.
Friends, courtesy, actually it is defined, it has got a very huge definition as such. But from my perspective,
yes,
I will take an example just like sort of a person with a positive attitude and negative attitude.
correct.
And the counselor with the courtesy. So if it is a negative attitude, your courtesy should be in such a pinnacle, such at the height of the pinnacle, so that this gentleman from negativity comes down directly to the positivity. Because our behavior and our attitude also has an essence which is attached to the courtesy. That is one. Secondly, if you're talking to a positive attitude, but this positive attitude having some sort of 10% of negativity. The gentleman earlier was 100% of negativity. Now, if the person with the 10% of negativity also turns down towards your courtesy call or courtesy sayings or courtesy communication or courtesy conversation, so that he also understands that. I'll give you one of my practical example. Once a while in the evening walk, I was just walking around on the footpath, not actually a footpath, it was roadside. So I just fell down in the front side, tummy at the bottom and my face at the earth. So I was almost, this is 10 years old story, almost 2010 if I'm not mistaken. So I was just 53. So I just woke up little and I was on the knees, sitting on the knees. The gentleman came on the motorbike. Sir, आपको उसने धक्का मारा है. So shall I catch hold of or you are comfortable? और उसने कुछ पानी वानी का तो पूछा नहीं या आपने मैं faint हो गया या कुछ हुआ कुछ नहीं. He just wanted to drag me to that gentleman. I said भगवान उसका भला करे. So as I said this, he was shocked. सर आप भी कमाल के आदमी हैं, आपको किसी ने जिसने धक्का मारा मैंने उसको मेरी आंखों से देखा है और आप नील डाउन होके बैठे हो और आप बोल रहे भगवान भी उसका भला करे. मैं बोला बेटा देखो courtesy, either here the courtesy and empathy works. I told him I don't know whether he had done intentionally or not. That is one. Second, intentionally भी किया, जो गुजर गई तो गुजर गई. The things are gone now. I'm fall down. And I'm not going to, run behind him to just catch hold of him and usko thappad vappad mare. That is not my nature as of today also. So he said, sir, you are something different. I cannot argue with him. He had a negativity in mind, 10%. I converted his negativity into positivity, just saying 2 words, Bhagwan uska bhi bhala kare. So this is the story I always take with me in terms of courtesy, empathy, positivity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vasudev sir, for your brilliant and your such a wonderful story. And I hope that we all have, we all have got some insights as to how to show courtesy to others. So yeah, can we have someone else also?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Manas here from Bangalore, and I would just like to narrate one simple story here when it comes to courtesy. So I am in this L&D domain for almost like close to 7.5 years now, and I have experienced so many participants of mine. So I was working as a freelance trainer. Then I came to a permanent job. So my journey has mostly been, I mean, widely been in the L&D domain itself. And what happens is like one fine day I entered to I was like when I was a freelance trainer. So I a couple of years back. So I was I entered into a classroom where I had a session, and I was doing a kind of placement training for the MBA college students, and it was an MBA college student, and one of the guy who entered he just barged in the classroom just like that. So I started the session, and there was an activity going on. So suddenly all of a sudden a guy just barged in the room. Then out of nowhere, I just looked at him and I said that, hey, you came inside, but you never knocked. Okay, then he said, this is my classroom. I want to do whatever I want. So I don't care for other things. Then I was like, I was little shocked at one point of time that why is he coming from a back? I mean, how can he talk to a trainer like that? So that was my first instinct, which just instantly popped out in my mind. Then after that, later on, probably I was observing his attitude because it was a kind of a 15 days program which was happening in the college. So I saw him for the first day, the attitude didn't change. I saw him for the second day, the attitude didn't change. I saw him for the third day, the attitude didn't change. Then I thought, okay, I know that I felt that I cannot change him at one point of time. Then what at one point of time I felt I really cannot change that guy, or I do not uh, hold him accountable for his behavior. So the only thing in the entire scenario whom I can change is it's only and only me. I can change myself, not somebody else. Then what I did is the next day, also the fourth day when we barged in the session, I requested all the participants, okay, that I told them that whenever this guy barges in the classroom out of nowhere, I request all the participants to stand up and give a huge round of applause for him once he comes inside. Okay. So we planned it. We planned it as a surprise. So next day also I knew that because my session used to start at 10 o'clock and used to always come by 10:30 to 10:45. So yes, all the participants are pretty obedient. So once he plunged in, and all the participants just stood up and started giving him a huge round of applause. And once they gave him a huge round of applause, I don't know, out of nowhere he felt very happy. The whole ideology is what I felt is he felt happy, and he started smiling. All these days he had a very groggy face and with grumbling and everything, but all of a sudden he started smiling. Then I was able to realize this, that he needed attention. Then what I did is I coached him. I called him personally and I coached him. I rather than coaching, I mentored him. I told him that what is your problem? Why do you do like this? Then he said, nobody talks to me in the class. Everybody hates me. Everybody comments badly on my looks and comments me, and they don't want to mingle with me. They always want me to be aloof. They do not want to involve me in their day-to-day activities, and which was very disheartening. From the very next day onwards, I insisted, I requested all the participants that to mingle with him, to ensure that he is properly, he wants attention, he wants people, he wants love, right? He wants that courtesy, he wants the people to at least respect him, right? So the very next day onwards, when everybody started doing that, you won't believe, there was a miracle which had happened. The very next, after everything happened, after he started getting recognized and everything, he started. So my session is to start at 10 o'clock, and ideally if I will be 1 or 2 minutes late for the session also, I can see that guy who will be sharp sitting there at before me entering or before anybody entering the class. And on the last day of my training session, like, he told me one simple thing. He told me, Manas sir, I'm really blessed, I'm really glad that you changed my way of thinking. I'm really so thankful to you. And that was something which really helped me a lot. And that guy got placed in TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. Okay? And he messaged me like, Manas sir, I'm really glad that today, because of you, your one insight, your one leadership, or your one, probably, what you say, initiation, today I have got placed in TCS and I am working in TCS. I'm really proud to say that. So I think that's what, like, I feel that courtesy, this is how courtesy helps a lot. So people need attention. So not that how other people behave, I should also behave in the same way. Yeah, as Dr. Vasudev rightly said that Bhagwan uska bhala kare. So something like that. If somebody is rude to you, not necessary that you should also be rude to them. Probably you should understand, you should empathize with them, you should be a little bit more courteous to ensure that, like, everybody's fighting their own battles. So let's not draw any judgments on others. So that's all I'd like to say. Thank you, Aman. Thank you for providing this opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Manish, for your beautiful insights. Yeah, so that's all. I mean, if Vasudev sir and Manish has completely cracked it on the basis of the sharing experiences on courtesy. Yeah, so it was all about courtesy. So next we can jump on being honest and dishonest, right? So we all know that what is the difference between an honest and dishonest. So honesty, it only means the uprightness of the character or an action, right? So honesty has no definition, right? Honesty, if I am honest, so I don't have a definition, it's just from the inside, right? So honesty is the best policy, we have been told since we were a small child. So honesty implies a refusal to lie, steal and deceive in any way. So if anyone is coming to me and say that, boss, I'm giving you 10 rupees, please usko ek thappad maar ke aao. Obviously I won't slap anyone for a mere 10 rupees. So it is okay, it is not being honest or something, it is on my way things. But again, if like we can see in cricket domain that people are doing all those fraud things for some amount of money, so they're not honest in for their own game of cricket and for their own bread and butter which they are earning. So that should not be the way. And it also, honesty should always also come in our daily life of what we do in the kitchen or in the or in the in our work life, in our day-to-day life. So honesty should also play a major role. So whenever we are addressing whenever we are addressing our audiences, we should always try and be honest to what we deliver to them, right? So it can also be seen that sometimes due to some extra pressure, we fail to be honest with our audiences at some point of time. But that also we cover up in the next session, because we think for something and we don't deliver it in time to them. So that is also kind of a dishonesty. But yes, in the what as trainers, what we do in the other session, what we try that whatever was left, we complete that in the next session. So yeah, honesty is the best policy that we have. That's what we have taught since we were a small child. And lastly, what we call as ownership. So ownership is nothing but taking the responsibilities of our own thoughts and feelings. So like today in this session, whatever I'm saying from my mouth, so I'm the owner of my words, right? So if I'm saying something wrong also, I will take the full ownership and the accountability of taking the charge of what I'm saying. I won't blame anyone else that if I have said something wrong in today's session. If I look back and if I work on myself, rework on myself, then I would only look at the things which I have said. So I own those things. So likewise, whenever we go and whenever we attend any session and whenever we cater to our audiences, we always take the ownership of what we deliver, right? We never say that अच्छा वो मुंह बना के बैठा हुआ था तो उसकी वजह से मेरा मूड खराब हो गया and मैंने नहीं किया. So this is not the way. So ownership is what I said, that it is taking the key responsibilities for the thoughts and the feelings. Okay. So lastly, I have covered the breakup of the echo thing. So we have a small game. Okay, we have just a small game to conduct. The game is known as echo. Can you echo? So I want there are 4 problematic statements for which the ones who will be participating in this game, he should only say yes or no. So anyone for that matter can come up in this game and join, and it will be a fun of a thing. Okay. So the first problem statement would be that okay, before nominating anyone, I'm just starting the statement so that you can get an idea of what is it all about. So the statement number 1 is that you see someone crying at your workplace because they got scolded by their manager, right? And you need to console this guy. So who is going to console this guy? Anyone from the audience can take the lead and just participate in saying that if you see someone crying at your workplace because they got scolded by their manager, so what you will do? So this is my question. So anyone can come from the audience and give me an.
Shall
Yeah.
I start?
Yes, sir. Please.
I need to, make.
Okay, can I give a hint? Can I give a hint?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this was the statement. So my thing is it empathy or not empathy to say that, stop crying, don't be such a baby? So can you say that?
No, not at all.
Right. So what can we say instead?
I have to understand his reason for crying. That is one.
Right.
Make him cool first, then make him sit across, give him a cup of water, give him a handkerchief, so that I try to become 99% empathetic, not 100% maybe as of now. Then I have to slowly, I have to plug into something that I need to understand him. What was the realistic reason why you are crying, or what was the reason behind you are crying? And slowly, we have to make these situations such that myself, from my perspective or my own understanding, I give a pause at every level. The pause is very important when you are becoming empathetic. So pause plays a vital role to him to come forward with his understanding or with his problems. So he once, I need not to hug him, but I have to make him understand that I am with you. I will always be with you. You are also with me. You let us understand the problem, what happened reality. So this, after the pause, maybe it will be a pause in such a manner, it is give and get. So I give something and I get something slowly and slowly. So I cannot directly say, hey, stop trying. You are not a small baby or 4 years old. No, sorry.
Right.
So here comes the understanding or counseling in such a manner so that he comes and how it happened, all the reasons he'll be coming up with forward. That's all. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Vasudev sir. One more thing that I want to I just want you to be with me, because there are some more statements, and it is my personal request that I want you to, to conduct, to just spare your 5 minutes and, just play along with this activity, because you're doing enormously well. And I'm just overwhelmed by your insights. Okay. So yeah, you just bang on correct the thing you said. So yeah, so what can we say? That we cannot say that, stop crying and don't be such a baby, because eco teaches us that, to be kind and responsible, right? So there you go, sir. Statement number 2 for you, that you see someone who looks very frustrated while staying in this lockdown period in COVID-19. Okay, so is it empathy or not empathy to say that you are so dumb and lazy? Is it, sir?
No.
I'm sure no.
It can never be. See, Aman, and I think Dr. Swati knows very well, there is no COVID for me.
Right.
The spirit with which I'm staying here, or the mental power or mental health I have, I am within the 4 walls just because of the reforms of the government and my guru's wish also, frankly speaking. My guru has given us a letter in writing that let us perform all the whatever the formalities, or we have to be with the reforms of the government of India. Narendra Modi Sahib is coming oftenly. We cannot, jump him and tell him that you are dumb and lazy. No. It is not that. But fortunately, we have to ask him to, there is nothing like a COVID, as I said. We have to empathetically, approach him in such a manner. We are giving him the booster dose of mental power, so that he comes out from that environment into the positivity. That is no COVID area, no COVID situation. So, people have been frustrated like anything. There are various other reasons into that. People have lost the job, people have lost the increment, people have been decremented.
Many things.
People have been transferred from location A to location B. People are, despite COVID, at the short notice, they are being laid down. There was an example, one month before, one of my best friend who is 29 years experience in IT industry, before he received a phone call from Singapore, because he works in Singapore-based company. At 9 o'clock, he got a phone call from his senior. You give and hand over the laptop in the office and your account will be settled tomorrow morning. You are not with the company from tomorrow morning. So this shock and all this makes him frustrated. Immediately called me in the morning, Vasudev, because he's closest associate of me. He told me, Vasudev, how this situation can happen. I said, something good is going to happen. It is not that this is 20, you're 29 years of tenure, you are losing the job with a very short spell of notice, but something awesome is going to happen, brother. So I have to motivate him in such a manner. So they come from frustration to the joyous mood. I will make him, वो एक गाना बहुत अच्छा है, मुझे अभी याद करना पड़ेगा. There's a beautiful song of मोहम्मद रफी. याद आएगा तो मैं बताएगा, because it is a favorite song, लेकिन वो आ नहीं रहा है. Thank you so much.
Sure, sir. Yeah, sure. So as Vasudev sir said that, it is not empathy to say to someone that, you are dumb and lazy if someone is, frustrated while staying in lockdown. So why? Because eco teaches us that you are a kind person. We have a kind heart inside ourselves, right? So the statement number 3, and I want someone apart from Vasudev sir to answer me this question, that, in the statement number 3, it is saying something like that you see someone who looks really happy. Like now the case is bang opposite. Now you see someone who is really happy. Now is it empathy or not empathy to say that, yeah, stop acting so weird. You are just showing off. Is it? Anyone? We should say something like that to any person who's looking really happy.
No, no, I don't think so. Because I think if somebody is happy, so we need to. What I would ask them is like, what's the reason for your happiness? Why are you so happy today? So I would never go to stop acting so weird or you are showing off, because I know that person is happy. Probably there might be some good reasons behind his or her happiness, right? So I would try to also be happy with the other person's happiness.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Bang on point. Why? Because eco teaches us that sharing good people's good mood can make you happy too. So we have often seen that, sharing someone's happiness has made us happy, right? So we have got some inspiration, some motivation from their happiness and their reason of being so much of happy. So that inspires us also. And we have last statement. So anyone can come up. So the last statement is that you see someone looking really sad and they share a bad thing happened to them. So is it empathy or not empathy to say that, stop complaining, no one cares? So is it right? Anyone?
Now I will not speak. Let the people participate.
Yes. Yes. So anyone for that matter can, can come. It is a very simple thing. So anyone apart from Manas sir and Vasudev sir can join and, share their insights.
Aman, you just do one favor. Huh? I need to look at the slide number, question statement number 1 and 2 later, once we finish this exercise. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, anyone from the audience? Am I so boring? Not at all.
Okay, I'll add that. No one is coming, so I'll add it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dr. Swati ma'am can also.
Yeah, so I'm everyday audience.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay, so if I look someone really sad, so normally we'll always, try to we'll try to, speak to them and understand that, what is the reason for their sadness, and try to, if we have some solution or some kind of counseling which is possible in that case, then we do that.
Right.
Otherwise we only guide them that this is something you should do. But at least if I have no solution, then we will only say that I'm with you. So that is the right solution. We have all the time available that I'm with you, don't worry, everything will be good. Instead of saying that stop complaining, yeah, if it is not complaining but it can be a cribbing of the same thing again and again, that time we can always say if we just keep on saying something, it keeps on happening, then the negativity attracts negativity, as we say the law of attraction. The positive attracts positive. So stop cribbing if it is on the regular basis. But if it is sometime, not regular, then we can always say that, I'm with you, don't worry, all will be good. So all is well.
Right.
So
Right.
I think that
Exactly.
we can do.
Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Swati, for your beautiful insights. So yes, as she concluded, so we should not say something like, which can, demotivate someone. Instead, what we can say that, we can ask them that what is the reason of them being sad, because eco teaches us that just by showing you care, you can make other people feel better as well, right? So this is what eco is all about. It is all about positivity. It is not at all about the negativity. All right. So lastly, I have something in my box which we call as it is a only 5 minutes of an activity, and later on we can close this session and I'll be done. So I want to personally nominate one guy who with whom I will play this thing. So I will be one person who will be acting in this drama, and I want to nominate Manas Jyoti Mitra from my side, and he will be playing this role with me, and I want all of you to just enjoy and just have a look at how it might goes in so the drama is all about, there is one couple. Okay, there's one couple. The husband is Rama, and the wife is known as Savitri. So we can see by this eco that whatever we have discussed today about being a leader, or being following empathy or courtesy or honesty or ownership. So we have seen everything in the perspective of like how we deal with our audience and how we deal with our co-workers. And so let us see that if we imply this eco in our personal life, how one situation can have two faces, right? The situation will be the same, but the consequences and the reflections would be bang opposite to them. So Manas, are you there with me?
Yes,
Hello?
Aman,
Yes. So Manish, there will be a small activity, and I have personally chosen you to play this along with me. So there will be a script. Okay. So there will be a script. So imagine that you are the husband and I am the wife. Okay. So whatever thing will be written on the screen, you just have to act in that manner. So our audience will get a hang of it that, we are fighting with each other. We are not happy. Okay. So you are the husband, I'm the wife. Is it okay with you, or do you want to switch roles?
anything is fine.
संभल के खेल दोस्तों संभल के खेलना
एकदम सर एकदम. Okay, so here it goes Manish. Okay, so I want all the audience to just enjoy and have a sip of coffee and just to see this thing. Okay Manish, so here we start. So the first part will be that we are not in good terms. Okay, so we are fighting over something because I am not on time. So you are just waiting for me and I am not on time, and you are just mad on me. So how will you are not following eco, you are not following empathy, you are not following courtesy, you are not following honesty, and you are just not following ownership. Okay. So I have prepared a script. So let us just play along. Okay. So we call this thing as a tale of blame game. Okay. Yeah. So so you are the husband, I will be the wife. Okay.
Okay. Should I read it out, or like how?
Yes. You should read, but you should impersonate. Like if like
Okay.
yeah.
I hate it when you always look like this.
Well, I just lost track of time. I don't know why it's just a big deal to you.
I have been waiting here for 20 minutes. You really need to grow up and learn to be on time.
And what? You are never late? Give me a break.
I was looking forward to going out to eat, but you have ruined the whole experience.
Well, let's just forget then. I don't need the stress. Let's just leave.
Yeah. You run like this through every situation. One day, you shall run away from my life.
How could you even say this things like that? I can't imagine how am I with someone so insensitive.
Yes, as I said, you need to grow up and learn being on time rather than blaming me for everything.
Yeah, I'm so done with all of this. I want a break from you. Goodbye, Manas. Goodbye. Or Rama. Goodbye. So yeah. So our audience can see that, you know, by not following eco and with us within a small span of time, and it was just the matter that the wife was late for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. She was running late. So what this couple did, they fought with each other, and lastly what we saw, that it started off with something and it ended up being saying that I am done with you, I want a break, and goodbye. Now we would see that if we follow eco approach and if we follow something like if there is a mutual understanding between the couple, so how things can turn out given the same situation. The wife is late in this scenario also, but let us see that how things will go. Okay, Manas, you are Rama.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Hi. I know you probably rushed out to get over here. Did you hit lot of traffic the way over?
uh yeah, actually, yeah, I just lost track of time. I'm really sorry.
Well, no issues, Savitri. It's okay with you. I would like to chat for a couple of minutes about scheduling. It's really important for me to resolve this pattern that we are in. I hope you get it.
Right, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Rama.
Uh, well, Savitri, the thing is, I felt a bit embarrassed sitting here for myself by myself for 20 minutes. I was also worried about you, especially since you didn't call. I would like to figure out a system so that this doesn't keep happening.
Oh, I didn't realize that you felt that way, Rama.
Yeah, I know that I really get stressed when I have to wait, and I'm trying to work on that. However, I could use your help with this.
Okay. Okay, sure. Let's just leave a little more time when we do dinner again, and I'll try to call if I'm 5 or 10 minutes late. Is that okay with you, Rama?
Yes, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Savitri.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rama. So with this thing, we have we it happens with most of us, right? All of us are either in a relationship or in a relationship, they are married or not married. So we can see that, you know, by following some little eco approach, what we can do, we can reduce the amount of, you know, the misunderstandings which happens within a son and a like, you know, and a father, or mother and a daughter, or, you know, wife and a husband. So it is very important that we are accountable and we are responsible of what we are saying, to whom we are saying, and, you know, and at what magnitude we are saying. Okay, so this was it from my side. And lastly, I would give one thing. I would just you know, give one task to all, if anyone is listening to me or watching this presentation, that I would like to give you one small YouTube link. So it will be this. So I want this to copy and paste in the chat box. Okay, I will copy and paste this thing in the chat box, and I want all of you to look at this video, and which the title which I've given as a captain who leads by example. Okay, so if you are there in the trainers club, I want you to look at this video. It is of only 1 minute, and I want you to share your feedback according to how you felt that this gentleman of who will be there in this video have followed the eco approach or not. And I would surely like to see your feedback in the group, that whether or not you have watched this video. So thank you from my side. I would like to close this presentation, and that is all. So Swati ma'am, up to you. So it was, yeah.
Thank you so
I'm done
much,
from.
Aman. That's a really good presentation and a good elaboration of eco actually We have never done eco as a topic, and the entire 90 minutes, almost 70-80 minutes, we are talking about eco here and elaborating each and every part of the thing which you have come up with, like it's empathy, courtesy, all are related to each other. When we are talking about the last scenario, what we have bring in, we are talking about all the four things. So empathy comes with the other three, which we have, which comes in, the courtesy and other things. So that is where sometimes we miss upon in our, daily basis. So that's where you have bring all the points over here in this session. Thank you so much. It was really good session, and and good knowledge sharing with all the trainers over here. I have also opened the polling over here. Thank you so much, Mr. Vasudev, for a very active participation and motivating Aman because he is here for the first time on this forum. But I'm sure we will keep on seeing him in future as well. The polling is also open. The people can poll before they leave, and I'll share the poll also. Before we close. So yeah, so I'm seeing some of the good messages. You can also see in the chat box. So people are liking your session, Aman. Good work and good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm ending the poll. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating and giving the vote. And it's good. Overall, everyone would like to participate in the knowledge sharing session. So there is lots of knowledge sharing which has been done today as well. So thank you so much. Would like to take a leave from every one of you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Manas, to bring Aman on board. And would like to see you all again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining the session. Thank you, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye. Take care. So this is Dr. Swati signing off. Bye bye.